Hi everyone, I hope you're all well today. I hope you're keeping warm. It's just like, yeah, but I haven't come on to talk about the weather tonight. I just got like I just thought about a notion to come on and make a video. I was talking to one of my neighbours today who lives in one of the stairs nearby. Hi Gemma. And she was laughing. We were talking about the video that I made last week called I'm Not Anti-Valentine, and it is nearly a week since I've made one of these videos, and I see that it's had lots of views, and I don't know if somebody maybe shared it or not. I'm not sure. And if you did share it, I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate the number of likes that I got on it. It does mean a great deal to me, because as I always say, it is a very important subject for me. So I'm smiling because I'm remembering what else we were talking about today, Gemma. But I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that on here. Yeah, I don't think we should go into that on here, do you? But we don't need to keep our videos like all doomy and gloomy all the time, you know. But most of the subjects that I talk about, you know, these subjects, I don't mean to be, you know, I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom. It's just that these subjects are very, very important, and they do need to be spoken about. And me and Gemma were, me and Gemma were talking about I was saying about the pieces of me and different things, and I came on actually to talk about the healing process tonight, because as we know, the healing process is not an easy thing to go through. The healing process, it can be very painful at times, depending on which avenue you go down and which route you go down to try and get yourself well. I personally have not had any professional help in any way in dealing with what I went through. None at all. I have had some counselling on occasions, but as we know, because mental health problems are so prevalent these days, you don't get a lot of time, and you're not allocated a lot of appointments. So to me, like as I've said in previous videos, how can 8 appointments adequately cover the length of time that I was in that relationship and what I went through? It just can't. It just basically can't, you know. If you're lucky enough to be able to find a therapist, I think if you want a therapist, you really have to pay for it. It's like everything else now. If you want to see a professional and get your health and your mind, your health, you know, physical and your mental health, you really sometimes have to go down the private route. There's no other way, especially since COVID and the NHS is just like, I would actually hate to be seriously ill. You know, you read stories about, you can go up to the A&E at the Royal Infirmary on a Friday night and you don't even go there, you know. So yeah, I think that, you know, if you can afford it, you would be, you know, wise to go down that route. But I can honestly say, like, and I said this I think I said this last week about, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm healed by any stretch of the imagination, but I know that since I've got that out my system, and I'm going to read one of the poems that's in the book, and even since writing that, I can't believe that I wrote that, and the poem is in the last part of the book, which is supposed to be me coming out the other side. And I feel now that I probably need to put together another collection to let everyone see the stage that I'm at now. I mean, as I say, I write so much. I've always got thoughts going round in my head about, you know, different collections that I might bring out. But that is another possible option. And you know, the times that you used to see me at the tail end of last year, where I was really, really struggling, and I was breaking down in tears because this had just been released, and I always was saying, oh, I need to knuckle down, and I need to do the work, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. I have done nothing. I have done nothing since saying that. I was doing trauma-informed yoga, which I found to be quite good. I really did find that quite helpful. Yoga as a whole, for the whole holistic approach of it is quite good. But I did find the trauma-informed yoga was helping. But I haven't done anything. I really haven't. I haven't done anything. And I did have a bad Monday night. I was quite bad. I was in buckets of crying. Buckets of crying, but that's the first, and you know, so I hope with all my heart that this is how it's going to stay. But, and this is the most important thing as well with healing, is that it's not linear. It's not linear, and I think for me, when I have a crap day, I just like whack myself over the back, like self-flagellate, and say, I should not be feeling like this. And that, you shouldn't do that with any kind of mental health problem, because nobody chooses to be depressed. Nobody chooses to be, in any way, down the rabbit hole. It's not a lifestyle choice, Nobody wakes up and thinks and looks in the mirror and thinks, do you know what? It's a good day to go and visit Alice in Wonderland. Because it just doesn't work like that, It's not a lifestyle choice. You can't help it. You really just can't help it. And self-flagellate, and you have to treat yourself with the same amount of compassion that you would a friend. And that's something that I'm not, I'll dish care out till I'm blue, I was a carer in a nursing home, and I looked after my mum for 7 years. I'll dish caring out too, but caring for myself. Somebody on WordPress today was going on about just different things. It's a thing that comes up on WordPress every day. It's like a question, and they said that they had like changed their diet and they were doing exercise and they felt so better for it, and I put on the comments like, I'm a lost cause because my diet is atrocious, and exercise, walking up and down the stairs to put the rubbish out, that's my exercise. It's the thing with these things, and it's the habits that you form, and that it seems to be, as far as mental health is concerned, that the bad habits are easier to maintain than habits that would be good for you. Well, I think so anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just like, I don't know, But as I say, healing, as far as healing goes, and I guess it also depends on the type of abuse that took place. It all depends on that as well, I know that, probably there is a lot of stuff that's still in my head that, and maybe different things. I know for a fact that different, and it's like loud noises, like if somebody rings my buzzer, I'm like, and I do find it very, very difficult to relax, because I was constantly walking on eggshells. So it really does depend on, the type of abuse that took place, I would imagine. But I think if you find something that works for you, then you have to go with it and stick with it, and hopefully, but you also have to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself grace, and you have to give yourself time. The lady, Gemma, I'm talking about you again, she said to me that, did I feel free? Did I feel free after my abuser passed away? And I didn't. I always thought that the only way I would be free would be if one of us would have to pass away, and no, it does, no. And it probably will surprise you to know that I did cry, and I did attend his funeral, because when you've known somebody for that length of time, it doesn't matter whether the relationship was good, bad, or indifferent. You need to be like, because I did have feelings for him, obviously, when we were together, not towards the end. Not towards the end, he had taken that, but, and I never wanted anything to happen to him, I never wanted anything, but no, I didn't. I still felt like I just was carrying this huge big weight, and that I would never feel you know, what passes for normal. Whatever normal is. Normal's just a cycle on the washing machine, you know. Yeah, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it at all. There was no sense of relief there. There was no sense, oh my God, thank God he's dead. There was nothing like that, because that's, you know, I know, and it probably sounds crazy to anybody that's listening, but I'm not. But I do believe in karma, and I do believe that we all have to pay our karmic debts. We all have to pay our karmic debts in one way or another. That's what I believe. So the poem in the book, the poem, I know this is dragging on this video. The poem in the book is called Seeds of Yesterday. And as I say, even reading this poem, this one poem now, I just think, well, I don't know where I was at when I wrote this one. You see, because I write poems, and I've got poems that date back 2-3 years, and some of them, if I post them, I'll say they're from the archives if they're longer than two years ago. So I don't know when I'd need to go into my computer and see exactly when I wrote this, but I did put this poem in the last part. So this must have been the way I was feeling then. It's not the way I'm feeling now. I was, even today, I was like, I laughed so much. Well, Gemma, you know what we were laughing about. I have never laughed like that for, like, you know. So, you know, I just want to keep moving forward. And it's nice when your mind is in balance, and it's nice when I always used to be bothered with intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts used to be a big problem for me, and I don't get those either now. So I hope, you know, I do hope, I always hope that I just want to keep moving forward. I want to become the best version of myself that I can be, and I want to keep writing, and just touching hearts and souls, hopefully, with what I write. And if my books sell, they sell, and if they don't, well, you know, but I'm quite content to have my books out there, and this book has done better than every other book that I've written, so I am heading in the right direction. I would like to improve my writing quite a lot. I would like to improve the standard of it, and I know I'm shooting myself in the foot here, because my WordPress buddies always compliment me on my writing, but it's that imposter syndrome thing where you always look at, you know, and you think, you know, but it's, you know, but I just look at theirs and I'm in awe. I'm just in awe of the way that they write. It's incredible, and I wish I could write like that, but you know, I'm only 5 years into my journey, so I have to cut myself some slack, which I'm not very good at. But this is one of the poems. I don't remember when the rain came. Looking back causes me too much pain. Red flags waved too young to understand, so I played the game. while you held the reins. In your power I remained. People ask, why did you stay? I cannot answer. I was your prisoner hoping for change. I lost myself along the way, and as the years passed, I accepted my fate. Now all that remains are the seeds of yesterday. The rain has not stopped falling or washed them away. And that's just so completely, it's just so completely wrong to how I'm feeling and how I have been feeling actually since this year began. So, yeah. But as I say, I had to write the book not only for myself to get it out my system, but I wrote it to give hope to other people. I never hated my abuser. I hated what he did to me. That is all. I never hated him. But I had to tell my story to warn other people that this kind of thing goes on. You know? And it does go on, and it's, yeah. But, you know, but I wouldn't want him back. Like, I don't know, I'm contradicting myself here. Yeah, I'm kind of contradicting myself here. I never wished him dead. I never wished him any harm. But life is easier, I suppose. It's less stressful. It's less stressful, put it that way. Because even when we weren't together in the background, so yeah, it's less stressful, and nobody needs stress in their life of any kind, and you know, anger getting directed at them in any way, or hostility or anything like that, you know. And if I hadn't been in that relationship, I might not have, again, I say again, but I don't know, I might have never known how strong I am. Probably not, because again, I'm repeating myself, my father, you know. This is a very, very long video, so I probably will leave it and not make one for another month. Yeah, I'm so sorry, you know. I just get talking and I get carried away. If you did turn off halfway through, I sincerely do not blame you. I hope that the weather with you is even a fraction warmer than it is here, and I am counting the days till I go away. My neighbour that stays underneath me was asking me today, I have got it on my phone, I think it's less than 90 now. Once we get this month down, I'm a little misorganised, so I'll be pulling the suitcase out and we'll be getting our heads in gear. I'm afraid my body's not going to be in gear because, you know, I can't get it off, and I'm not like morbidly obese, I'm only slightly overweight, for my liking anyway. So who cares? I'm not going there to secure I'm not Shirley Valentine. Until next time, guys, I'm so sorry. I really am sorry. Thanks for being here, and if you watched the video, the last one, thanks ever so much. I do appreciate it. And if you shared it, and that's the reason why I got all the views from my bottom. You know what I mean? Not from my bottom. I'm sorry. Once I start laughing, I get the giggles. And I get the giggles and I can't stop. You know what I mean? From the bottom of my heart. I'll see you all sometime next week. As always, take good care. Bye for now.